Hello everybody, MD Polo here. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be installing Talon grips on the Springfield Hellcat. You probably can tell on my voice I'm still fighting that cold that I've had for almost 8 days now and it just won't let me go. So my apologies for that. I have yet to see a video on YouTube about the installation of the Talon grips on the Hellcat. However, there is a channel that I follow, one of my favorite gun channels. It's called Hammer Striker. Hammer Striker recently installed another company's grips on the Hellcat, and that looked pretty cool. So I contacted Talon, and they were kind enough to send me a pair of their newly released Talon grips for the Hellcat. When you receive it, it comes in the trusty brown Talon grip envelope. And in the envelope, you're going to receive, obviously, the Talon grips. You're going to get instructions, detailed instructions on how to install it. And also, I want to ask for your patience with the lighting. I try to change my lighting a little bit because I'm trying to get the texture correct on the grips so you can see it. Now, the gun has been safety checked, so just bear that in mind. As we look through it, you can see that on the bottom, on the extension down here on the 13-round mag, I've already installed the Talon grip tape that comes for the 13-round mag. And that was so nice that this was a surprise. I didn't know this was included. I thought it was just going to be for the main grip. And so I wanted to show you before I started the installation how the texture looks in comparison. I'm hoping the camera is working with the focus, but you can see the texture. This is obviously with the Talon grip already installed, and this is the factory texture. So what I wanted to let you know also is that my main problem with the Hellcat's grip, in addition to the angle, and when I grip it, it moves the beaver tail away from my hand instead of into my hand, is that when I shoot it, unless I have a death grip on it, I was getting blisters down on my pinky. And when you do a death grip on a gun, and it's probably just my training that needs to evolve with this pistol. When you have a death grip on a gun, then that also creates other problems, waterfall effect with your trigger and all that, your trigger pull. So I wanted to show you this. If I end up not liking the Talon grips on the Hellcat, on the main body, I may just remove it from the grip area and just leave it in the mag extension. But I wanted to show you the texture. And if I remove it, the mag, this is how you can see. It's actually cut really well. And I'm doing this from an angle around a tripod, so I'm hoping the focus is coming correctly. So there it is. So what I'm going to do next is let me pull the gun apart, field strip the gun, so we can just work with the lower part of the gun, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so here we got the gun is disassembled, and to give you a closer look at the mag, here there's the 13-round mag extension. I keep calling it a mag extension, is the 13-round mag. And as you can see, it was cut very well around the edges. And you must forgive me as I'm trying to do this around a tripod. I don't have one of those overhead cameras like some of the channels do. So it's a little bit more challenging to work around a tripod trying to do this grip install. But here we go. So like I said, in the envelope, you receive a Talon grip sticker. This is the grip tape as it comes. And you receive 2 wipies, alcohol wipes. I've already used one of them for the mag extension install, and now I'm going to use the second one. I'm going to wipe the grip really well. Now, one thing that I did find with the first wipe, when I did the wiping on the mag, is that the grip texture is pretty coarse with those little pyramids, the adaptive grip technology, I believe they call it. And some of the lint I don't know if you can see it or not, but some of the lint gets stuck on the grip, and that's going to have to come off before you install the grip tape. So what I've done is I brought a old toothbrush that has been cleaned, and then I brush all the lint that was left over from the alcohol wipe. But there's a couple steps here that I've heard some people just skip, and it makes a world of difference on the end result of your grip install. Number one is you have to do the alcohol wipe. Some people go to the extent of dipping the grip in alcohol and then pat dry it. I don't go to that extent. And the other part of it that is crucial, and again, some people just skip that step, is using the blow dryer, a hair dryer, a heat gun. A heat gun, you have to be careful so you don't melt it or you don't deform also your grip. But to give it 3 rounds, actually it's 3 rounds of heat and then squeeze, mold, heat, squeeze, mold 3 times in order for it to get the best result you can out of the install. The other thing you want to do is you want to present it first, and you want to see how it grips. Now the instructions tell you that you start on the left side of the gun and you go around. My only issue with that is once you get to this side, you have to unstick the tape so you can stick it on top. So what I'm going to try to do today, and I'm not sure how this is going to work on film around a tripod, is I'm going to try to start on the left side, I'm sorry, on the right side of the gun, and work my way around. So let's see how that works. So we're going to peel the tape. It's always fun trying to do this on camera. There you go. Unstick it a little bit, and it goes all the way around. And I'm not going to be totally brave and do it the whole way, but we're going to do it about that. And then what we're going to start, what I like to do is I start at the bottom right corner and see if I can line it up just right in this corner down here. Because if we can get this corner right, I think it'll give us most of the gun right here, right there. If we can get, sorry about the focus, but if we can get this corner right here, and then see how this works. Let's see. Like so. And maybe that looks about right. There, it's not interfering with anything. There. That's looking pretty good. And then you wrap it over here around this side and let it stick. You wrap this one around, making sure that you're getting all the air pocket bubbles as you're going. You're pushing, sliding all the way around. You're sliding around. And now you got that stuck in there, if you can see it. And now I think we can go ahead and peel the rest of the tape off. So you bring this around. This is laying very nicely there. You again, starting from the bottom, getting this in there. And now you bring, again, working on the bottom edge, making sure the edges line up. just like so. Now this side is important for obvious reasons, and you do not want to interfere with the mag catch. The mag catch, I'm sorry, the mag release. So that looks pretty good. Let's bring this over. Interesting process doing this around a tripod, let me tell you. There. That seems to be about right. And again, you squeeze it towards the open end, which is here. Squeeze it down, and then squeeze it in that direction. You're rolling in this direction. Get any air pockets or any air out of it. And again, moving forward, rolling your fingers. Your finger, I use it a rolling motion, and it sticks but also gets the air out. There you go. Now the last part we need to do is the middle part, the back part of the strap. I pull it up until it reaches, and make sure it's straight. And again, rolling it this time, we're rolling up in up and down and up motion. And now sideways. Feel like a 1980s aerobics instructor. There you go. So that looks pretty good. That wasn't too bad. So that's the grip install. You got the tape that goes out, making sure that it is exactly how you want it. And doing it this way, starting on the right side of the gun, then what that allowed us to do is not to have to take the tape off again, lift it after it's already stuck, to be able to put the finger groove tape underneath it. So again, contrary to what the instructions tell you, but that's what it is. So here it is. I think I'm happy with the way that looks. It's going to feel good, I think. We'll see. And like I said, it is removable if I end up not liking it, and just leave the one at the bottom. So it is, you see, the texture matches. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit it with a blow dryer. And what I did is I stole an old blow dryer that my wife had. And you just want to hit it enough so it really heats it up. And get it really nice and hot. And then you grab and you apply pressure. You apply pressure all the way around. You squeeze, and you want to do this hard. You want that grip to get into all those textures. Especially also on the grip, in the front of the grip right here. You want to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now you know you want to do the same thing on the other side. I cannot overemphasize how important this step is. Here we go, we got it nice and hot on the right side of the gun as well. Start squeezing all the way, getting all making sure that it's in the texture. You see this groove area here? Use your nail and kind of shove it in there. Make sure that it's nice. You can create so you don't lose this ledge right here. And the finger groove as well. There you go. Squeeze it. Anything that has an edge, and then all the flat areas as well. Here you want to use your fingernail. And I hope, as I'm doing this with both hands, I hope the video is coming through clearly, that the focus is working on you. So let's try it one more time. You got to do this 3 times. So I'm going to see if I'm editing, if I can figure out how to speed this up. And if I can, I will. Okay, that side is done for the second time. And we squeeze all over again. We go into this ledge. Squeeze here. Then on the seam, where the 2 panels meet, make sure that you squeeze really nice. I like to make this as seamless as possible. And in the back of the grip. Okay. So now let's hit it on the other side for the second time. Go. So now we grab and start squeezing again. And feel free to fast forward through this part if you just don't want to see this whole process. And towards the end, I'll show you a little trick that I use that has worked really well, especially on the edges. I'm almost done with this part. The grip is getting pretty warm. But it's looking good. It's exactly what I wanted. Press in the front. And we're going to hit it one more time with a hair dryer. And again, if you want to fast forward through that, feel free. Okay, that should be the last part with a heat gun, and with a hair dryer, and we'll hit it all the way around. Again, the edges, the little shelves here, make sure that it's not impeding with the mag release. The grooves, the seam, back strap is all good. Again, this side, pushing down into the seam. You can see it's got a little T there for Talon. And it's looking good. It's feeling good. Now here's the little trick that I was going to mention to you and show you. What I like to do is, I just found this regular pen, But what I liked about it is the way the cap is shaped. It actually allows me to use this and roll the seams. Wherever I see a seam, I like to use this and roll it. And I don't know if you can tell if the camera is helping, but this is the seam where they both meet, the two panels meet. And I like to just roll that, making sure that it's really nice and low and as seamless as I can make it. And then anywhere where there's a seam, where the grip of the gun meets the grips, I roll it. You can see that. And I just found that it works really well in not only making it feel seamless, but with the grips sticking to the grip of the gun. Almost done. And probably Springfield is going to see this and they're going to have a coronary, because they spend so much time and money and technology, according to what you read, developing this adaptive grip technology, or whatever it's called. But I think this is going to feel really good. So now you let it cool down, but here's there we go. And there it is. The Hellcat with Talon grips. And that actually feels pretty good. I'll have to take it to the range and do some testing with it and see, number one, how it holds up and how I like it. And perhaps I'll give you an update on how things are going and what I ended up doing. But here you go. I think this is going to be the first video showing the Hellcat with the Talon grips. If I'm wrong, I apologize for that. But here we go. Hellcat with Talon grips. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate you very much sticking through this process. If you like what you saw, please feel free to click the like and the subscribe buttons. And I want to again thanks to Talon Grips for sending the grips in for this review at my request. And until the next one, bye-bye.